Everyone, how's it going? Joe back here, bringing you another day of me discussing last night's NHL games. Um, Not only last night because there was only one game, but 2 nights ago I didn't record one, so we're going to be discussing three today. First, so first I need to address how I was wrong in saying that the Bruins are going to lose. I do that, right? I mean, everyone does that, right? They're like, yeah, we're going to lose out now because we stink. I did that. However, I will say a few days ago, a little more impressively. Um, After game two, I said Panthers are taking both games at TD Garden. Bruins take the one in Florida for no reason and play well. And then we lose in six. We're still on pace for that. We are still on pace for that prediction. Hopefully I'm wrong. If the Bruins come out and bring the kind of gusto to game six, then I don't think we will lose. Bobrovsky, that was his best game, and we beat him the way that we performed. I think that was his best game of the series so far. Um, we beat him twice, and we won the game, obviously. Um, but yeah, if we come in with that same kind of magic on Thursday or Friday, I'm sorry, on Friday, then I think we should win the game. Not maybe not the series, but get it to 7, make it way more interesting. Make it make it. Are they gonna do the funny thing? Are they gonna do it to them? Are they gonna do the old We'll see. Anyways, let's talk about the game. Bruins 4 shots in the first 5 minutes of the game, so already more than you had in some other games combined. In the first whole period. Um, DeBrusk with a great pass to Morgan Geekie. I think Bobrovsky should and could have poke checked this, but he did not. Geeky gets him on the backhand going around him. 1-0 Boston early in the game. The Bruins passing and shooting is great. This is by far our best period of the playoffs, not only in the first, but the whole playoffs. Florida only had 4 shots. The Bruins had 13. There was one point, oh my God. I think McAvoy put it on net. Bobrovsky made the save, and it goes out to Lindholm, and they blow up whistle for no reason. Now, you can't be too mad because it does. I think the puck deflects off Barkov's stick on the Lindholm shot. It doesn't go in the net. Had that gone in the net, Bruins fanned up in arms. However, I will say this. That was I don't know. I will start. There is a point in here where I say the refs screwed the Panthers, so I can openly say here that the refs totally screwed the Bruins. That wasn't on purpose. That's not for me to say. Oh, but I'm sounding like a fool already. So no, it was not on purpose. Um, so midway through the second, Paul Maurice screaming on the side of the, I'm sorry, from the back of the bench there. Um, that was reciprocated by the Panthers. They score about 15 seconds later. Barkov with a sneaky pass from behind the net to Reinhart in the slot. He beat Swayman straight up. There was no screen. There was no defense on it. He just beat Swayman, one of the highest goal scorers in the league this year against one of the best goaltenders in the playoffs so far this year. And it was a great matchup, and Reinhardt got the best of it, 1-1 tie. Then the Panthers almost make it 2-1 with that Maurice screaming adrenaline. Verhaeghe and Kulikov on a rush. They almost immediately score. There's a real miscommunication a couple minutes later that kind of gets the Bruins back on the puck between Lundell and Rodriguez. He sends on a 2-on-1. Frederick and I think Coyle. And Frederick tries the 5-hole, doesn't exactly work for him. And then later, Frederick drop back pass for Coyle, drop back pass for McAvoy in the slot, high slot, shot, score, and we are looking at goaltender interference here again. Say what you want about this goaltender interference. It was Heinen. He kind of gets the stick out of Bobrovsky's hands, but the stick is outside of the crease. But then there's like a little thing where he gets his skate with his stick. They don't call this goaltender interference. This goes Boston's way. Kind of redemption for the other one. So I don't really know what to make of it. I don't know if it's good or a bad call, but usually in those situations, it's a bad call, and I know it is. So I'll say Florida did get screwed here. There, you have it. It finally happened. Florida got screwed. However, did they? Because the Bruins' power play was absolutely freaking atrocious. Ekblad was all over. He was stealing the pucks, shooting pucks on the penalty kill. We look like goddamn Marchand out there. Who, by the way, we'll see if he comes back. We'll see if he gets back. DeBrusque has a breakaway. He's got Frederick behind him. Um, yeah, because I keep singing Frederick Anderson. I don't know why. Bobrovsky saves both these shots. Unbelievable work from Bobrovsky. Like I said, his best night of the series so far. Reinhart, again, dancing through our defense. He drops back for Barkov. Barkov sends it off the post. And another point where the Bruins kind of got favored by the refs here tonight. Lindholm comes off the bench on a power play, if I recall, to break up a rush for the Panthers, which, by the way, was we had them. We had two defensemen back, so I don't know why they needed to do this. Lindholm comes on and trips the guy, whistle blows. He gets called for too many men, which I called immediately. I was like, no one went on the bench just now. Like he just jumped off and did. So I knew it was too many men, but I thought they caught him on the trip. They only caught him for one. They caught him for the trip. They didn't get. Oh, I'm sorry. They got him for the too many men, not the trip. And he clearly tripped him. This should have been a 5-on-3. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's how it works. Maybe it's a double minor. Maybe it's a 5-on-3. I'm not sure because it's the same guy committing two penalties at once. But Florida got screwed. He committed two penalties at once, and he only got judged for one of them. And obviously they don't score on this power play. Zacha gets a very a good breakaway chance, but freaking stupid weak shot from Zacha. Zacha has been horrible these playoffs. I can't mince words. I can't mince words. But Geeky, we go on the power play. Point blank shot. Crazy save by Bobrovsky. This game is insane. 10 seconds left in the game. Brandon Montour threw Wotherspoon's skates without even looking on a Reinhardt stick. Wotherspoon, his stick was just in a rough spot there. Reinhardt gets the shot and shoots it off, and it like ricochet like it hits like the inside of Swayman's pad. He moves, he makes this great save, and Reinhardt gets the rebound. And Justin Brazeau comes charging in, gets rid of the rebound, shoves Reinhardt to the ice, makes sure that he doesn't do anything there. There's a scuffle there for the puck. Time's ticking. Brazeau is the one who gets it and sends it out. So Brazeau, everyone's glazing Swayman for this. Swayman with a crazy save, but I want Brazeau equally credited here for making sure there was no second shot attempt. But we win. McAvoy comeback game, a goal, an assist, and 6 shots and 4 blocks for Charlie McAvoy. He looked like himself again, and we're going to talk the same kind of thing in Colorado later. Pastrnak had 4 shots. Coyle with 8 hits. DeBrusk 5. Wotherspoon also had 4 blocks along with McAvoy. On the other end of the puck, Reinhardt, like I said, everywhere with 8 shots. 8 shots. 5 forwards were held without a shot in this game for Florida. Lusterinen and Bennett got 5 hits. Only 3 defensive blocks, all of them from Kulikov. So we were avoiding getting our shots blocked, and in terms of us being Boston, obviously, avoiding getting their shots blocked, getting to right areas, finding lanes, finding shooting lanes. That's so important. It has been. Because before in the Toronto series and early in this series, it was all getting into the offensive zone. Lately, we've been in the offensive zone. We just haven't been able to get a shot off. So we've seen improvements from the Bruins where they could get the offensive zone, then they couldn't get shots off. Now they can get shots off. They just didn't get many past Bobrovsky. So they didn't get many past Bobrovsky. Let's see if they continue and improve for Game 6. We'll see. We'll see if the captain comes back. That would be amazing. Speaking of people who came back, Andrew Peeke definitely given some solidarity to the bottom pair over Shattenkirk and Grzelcyk. Nothing special from Andrew Peeke. I don't really see too much need to re-sign him or utilize or go crazy about the guy. But he's not hurting the team. He's playing. Yeah, he hasn't done anything. Knock on friggin' wood. That I would say I would be like, damn, like what the hell's wrong with you? I haven't had any of those moments with Peak, but on the other end of the puck, I haven't been like, whoa, I'm really impressed. And honestly, that's an okay spot to be if you're a defenseman. If you're a forward, that's not a good spot to be. An example would be like Jesper Boquist. I can't tell you one thing he's done since that insane OT winner against Florida in the regular season. Couldn't tell you one thing Boquist has done, positive or negative. Oh, I guess he had that one assist on Beecher's goal in the Toronto series, but That was only because it was the first goal of the series. That's why I remember that one. But yeah, and Beecher too. Really hasn't done much since that goal. Um, then there's forwards like Zaka who just have sucked. But Peak has been there. He's done his job and nothing more, and that's fine. That's fine for me. Um, but yep, if you watch the Paul Maurice, or I'm sorry, if you didn't watch the Paul Maurice post game, do yourself a favor, go watch it. It's really funny. He's like, some of these guys need some profanity in their lives. Yeah, that's why I was yelling at him. I wasn't mad at him. He's like, yeah, that's not too many things I'm good at in this life, but fuck it, I'm good at profanity. See what I did there? I thought that was great. You gotta love the guy. But yep, series is heading back to Boston. Let's hear boo when Bennett touches the puck, please. I love it. I need it in my life because Sam Bennett is just pissing me off this series. Absolutely. He did the thing against Marchand, and then the cross-check goal. It's in two separate games. We already hated him going into that game, and of course he's the one that does that. So, not a big Sam Bennett guy right now. Not at all. Obviously, I don't think the Bruins are winning the cup. I don't think they're getting to the finals. I don't think they're getting to the conference finals. So if Florida wins this series, I'm not going to be mad at Florida like I was last year, or like I would have been against Toronto. I think that the Bruins did what they needed to do. They extended the series. They made it competitive as long as we get a little ice in our veins for Game 6. It'll be a competitive series, certifiable. Um, but yeah, back to Boston Game 6. This is where I predicted from the get go pretty much that we would where we would lose. But we'll see. Home ice has to matter at some point. If we get our captain back, that brings a lot of juice to the table. I think Pasternak is due for a goal here, but we'll see what happens. All right, onto the Oilers Canucks game. Some game things. This guy Carlson, I don't even know his first name, but he's in for a scratch. Nils Hoglander. This is a mistake. Nils Hoglander was a great player during the regular season. He's been very, very quiet and just invisible. Not bad, but like invisible during the playoffs. You got to give players like Nils a chance to wake up. Obviously, they gave him ample chances. He still hasn't. I say keep giving him those chances because of how productive he was during the regular season. I'm not sure if you're trying to send a message. Maybe you are. Maybe you put him back in for Game 5. But this is 2 games, maybe even 3, that you scratch Hoglander in a row, and I disagree with it. Especially when Carlson took a bad penalty and hasn't done much else. The other scratch is the suspended Susi, and Noah Juleson is in for him. So let's jump on to the Canucks. The Canucks, they struggle early in the game to hold on to the puck, and that kind of travels throughout the game. Connor Garland, he was everywhere tonight. Shots and neat passes on the power play, particular early in the game. And then obviously the Canucks take a power play, and the Oilers get their free goal. They're able to kill it off for a while, but a classic McDavid to Draisaitl one-timer. We don't even need to talk about it. You didn't even have to see it, and you know exactly what the goal looks like. It's McDavid to Draisaitl. They killed about a minute 30 of the power play, and then they pulled that out of their ass. So yeah. Um, and then the Canucks go back to the power play. Elias Pettersson is back to being horrible. He creates a turnover on his own end. They have to rely on Archer Seelov to make the save. I forget who got the shot off there, but just absolutely unacceptable play from Pettersson in these playoffs. He's not making a good name for himself right now as a playoff player. Um, big choke artist, if you will, but you scratch him before you scratch Nils. He's performing bad. Nils is performing invisibly. Pedersen is doing plays that are getting him into trouble. Um, Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan forces a heroic turnover. Cody Ceci then loses that turnover. God, I hate Ceci. It goes to Brock Besser, who outskates Ceci and gets 2 shots off on Skinner. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Skinner. Another thing, Calvin Pickard is in for Stuart Skinner. So, like I said, Edmonton still can't find their freaking goalie. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Ever since I started watching hockey, and I've been watching hockey for the better part of 10 years now, getting up there, getting up to 10. And what they've had, like Mike Smith, forget who they had before Campbell, but then obviously Jack Campbell, none of these are the guy. And it's unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, Nurse had a good shift. I think he creates the turnover on the Canucks. He gets a shot on net and then goes behind the net. I don't think he gets his rebound, but he comes out back and then he gets a second shot on net. So good offense from Darnell Nurse. Something I don't see him play well, but let alone well on offense. So some good offense for this $10 million player for once. Um, and the Oilers are on a practical power play for the entire second half of the second quarter or period. I'm sorry. So they don't actually have a power play, but they're playing like it, which they do a lot. Then Ryan Nugent Hopkins with seconds left, a snipe pass from. Oh yes, okay, I see. So I write these things down. I read them word for word sometimes, and they just don't flow. But Ryan Nugent Hopkins scores with seconds left in the period, so they finally are able to capitalize on the crazy play they've been getting off on. Ekholm got this pass on to him. Great pass from Ekholm while absorbing a hit from Noah Juleson. We had the same mistake with Cale Makar the other night, focused on playing the player instead of playing the puck. He wanted to hit Ekholm. He hit Ekholm, but Ekholm was still able to finish the play. The same thing happened against Cale Makar the other night, and a goal was resulting of it on both plays. So very unfortunate for those two defensemen. Cale Makar had a horrible night that night. Noah Juleson's obviously in for a Carson Soucy, who will be back next game. So he's probably coming right back out, especially after a play like that. But yep. So now it is 2-0. Oh, I think I missed this earlier. What's his name? Tyler Myers bleeding everywhere after Evander Kane gets a high stick on him. This was crazy. I just want to comment on how much blood I saw. But also I forgot about this other comment down here. They got one shot on that double minor. You can't do that, Canucks. The Canucks, just a bad game all around for these guys, other than Artur Silovs. Hyman in close on a power play. Awesome kick save. I remember this. Awesome kick save from Artur Silovs. I can't believe he got that foot out. This was spectacular work from a third string goaltender. Both goaltenders are third string. It's unbelievable. If you look at from the beginning of the year, unbelievable. And then that third line for the Canucks. That third line for the Canucks is a great line. It's Lindholm, Garland, and Joshua. These are the main studs through these playoffs so far. Other than Brock Besser, um, but Lindholm and Garland work together on a goal scoring play on a goal. Oh my God, they work together on a goal again because usually you see one assist to one score. Usually Lindholm scores, but this time it's Connor Garland from high slot straight through traffic went off of Darnell Nurse. So there you go. You committed an Ian Cole Nurse. I told you you suck. But then, with 141 left, rewrite the script. Brock Besser, again with no time, shoots from the right circle to the crease, and it goes off Joshua and in. Brock Besser with 2 minutes left in the game is just the greatest player since Wayne Gretzky. It's unbelievable how crazy Besser is in the dying seconds. However, what also is crazy is the scoring efficiency of defenseman Evan Bouchard. His fourth playoff goal comes 38 seconds left in the period, so 61 seconds later. Game winner from the blue line. This is unbelievable. Evan Bouchard ties up the series 2-2. He's just a great scoring option for them. It's always the same shot. His pucks have eyes. Bouchard's pucks have eyes. He is a dangerous defenseman, and you have to watch out for him when he has the puck up high. So what's that? 4 goals in 9 games for defenseman Evan Bouchard, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. Um, but the Canucks, they can't get that shot off with the goalie pulled, so they end up losing this one. Garland had 4 shots. Joshua had 9 hits. Juleson had 6 hits, so all right. Draisaitl, McDavid, Ekholm, and Bouchard all had 4 shots. Desharnais had 6 hits. So, yeah, good game for the Oilers. Again, more suscity at goaltending. Picard didn't play necessarily bad, but I'll tell you what, he is definitely due for a stinker because he is a third string and he performs like it. So yeah, we're getting some exceptional work here from Artur Silovs. He's pulling some 2017 Matt Murray type of shit. We are not going to see that from Calvin Pickard. We never see it from Edmonton goaltending. Honestly, I just think they need to fire the goaltending coach, get rid of all their goalies, and just start fresh. Honestly, it's atrocious how bad their goaltending is always, always, always been. And I'm sure they're going to sign someone this offseason to, kind of take over that. Maybe throw Skinner as the backup. it ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, because this team has cup aspirations, right? This team is supposed to be winning Stanley Cup, so a mediocre goalie will not suffice. They need an actual certified, bona fide goaltender, making Skinner the backup and Calvin Pickard the odd man out, and Jack Campbell still in wherever friggin' German country he's headed toward. Anyway, let's jump to the game from last night, the Stars and the Avalanche. How much I wanted to see a handshake line here. But Kale McCarr says no. He was insane tonight. Like I said, game 4, he was absolutely atrocious. His worst game I've ever seen him play in playoffs or in the regular season. Not only was he invisible, I mean, he wasn't even invisible. He was just making horrible plays. But the night started well for the Dallas Stars. Pass for Pavelski. Middlestat beat to it again. Middlestat's getting beat on a lot of these plays close in that end up in goal scoring. I don't think it's representative of his play. I just think that the ones that he misses just so happen to go in the damn net. Because a slick backhander for Pavelski. I think it was unexpected on Georgiev's end, but it was a great shot from Pavelski. His first in the playoffs. He leads active players in playoff goals with 74 now. He got the good old Jake DeBrusk instead of the Charlie McAvoy. And then the first Colorado goal, I'll say it. Uh, clock's ticking, Rick. Shit clock's ticking. Like 5 seconds left in the period. McKinnon's holding it. 4, McKinnon's holding it. 3, McKinnon's holding it. 2, McKinnon's holding it. 1, all right, I'm gonna pass now. You're lucky this shit went in, Mac. You're lucky because, well, not lucky that it went in, but you're lucky that you worked that fast with Lehkonen. He passed it to Lehkonen. Lehkonen one-timer scores. Very, very fast play. You're just lucky it went seamlessly because I mean, it was a great play if, there wasn't a few seconds left, but being that there were a few seconds left and you waited to the last possible, I don't think waiting that long got that goal and got that puck in the back of the net. I think that just stressed out everyone at home and made them scream. So, and that's unfortunate for the Avalanche. This goal is unfortunate for the Avalanche. I know it tied up the game and everything, but it gives them that mindset of, ooh, I can wait. No, that was bad. Didn't like that. Anyways, Nathan MacKinnon later in the game, second period, breaks ahead of, is his name Evan Lindell? I don't know. We're talking about Lindell a lot. Lindell had a certifiable, noticeable night for the Dallas Stars when he gets a diving poke check to break up the play, and then MacKinnon gets the puck back somehow. No disrespect to Lindell. This is just all Nathan MacKinnon being Nathan MacKinnon. He gets it back and to Lehkonen in the slot. Save Ottinger. Great save. I can't believe he got that puck back. Joe Pavelski, a great headman pass for Jason Robertson, who skates it in with a prime scoring attempt. And look, I'm gonna get bit in the ass again because it's him passing it. And usually I say don't pass it. I'll agree with this one though, because he saw Heiskanen had an open stick, gets it to Heiskanen, and he roofs it above Georgiev. 2-1 Stars. I think this was a right time to pass it. I know I've been very critical of passing instead of shooting. This was a good one though. I like this one. Kale McCarr answers. Whenever he touched that puck on the power play, he's shooting it. He wants to make up for what he did, and his shot has eyes. He scores. He makes up immediately for his horrible play the other night because he's had some great play this night, and now he finally scores. And then that was at the end of the second. To start the third, Zach Parise, obviously, Minnesota Wild player for many, many years. I've talked about that before. Passes through the slot to Middlestat, who grew up watching him in Minnesota. Middlestat catches it with, like, not the blade of his stick, but the stick part of the stick, and gets it in the back of the net. While he's going behind the goal. So a great angle from Casey Middlestat to get this into the back of the net. This is the first lead the Avalanche have had all series. So kind of mind-boggling, right? It's 5 games into the series, and the Avalanche even won one of them. And a team like the Avalanche, a great cup-contending team, hasn't led this entire series. That says a lot about their chances coming up from being down 3-1, and how bad it would be if Dallas did actually blow that lead. But nonetheless, great work from Parise. If you said the Colorado Avalanche in 2024 we're going to get a Casey Middlestat goal in the playoffs assisted by Zach Parise, I'd call you wild. I'd call you Minnesota Wild. But right after that, a very, 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 very weak goal from Ottinger. Cale Makar goes 5-hole on him. I gotta respect Cale Makar. Like I said, he's shooting everything he gets. But this one, Ottinger easily should have had. This was 5-hole. It was on the ice. It was absolutely nothing. So now it's a 4-2 lead. However, right after this, I told you Lindell. Is it Eric Lindell? It's something like that. He shoots, clearly going wide. But Stankoven redirects it very, very quickly, redirects it right between the legs of Alexander Georgiev. Quick response. This is, I think, before they even announced the goal in the arena yet. So it's 4-3 now. Um, the shit clock keeps ticking. Lindell on this one play in particular, covering Lehkonen, and he's covering him well, breaking into while Lehkonen breaks in the offensive zone. The problem is he's with Jamie Benn, and Ben is I don't know where Ben goes. He goes to Timbuktu here and leaves Nathan McKinnon of all people wide open, who scores it from the slot. So they had yet to pull Ottinger yet. Who knows what would have happened in a 6-on-5 situation? Obviously Dallas is very good in those situations, no matter what end of the puck they're on. But yeah, no coverage from Jamie Benn, and this game is pretty much over, and it does end 5-3. Cale Makar had 5 shots. Josh Manson had 8 hits. Ben had 4 shots. Tanev 6 blocks. Lindell 4 blocks. We're hoping Hakanpaa's coming back for Dallas. He's got to come back some point soon. We said the coach, I forget his freaking name, said we'd see him in the series, or he thinks we would. This is now going to 6. So, was there a script? Did we just know it was going to 6? Or I'm not sure. Hopefully, Hakanpaa is in for Lundqvist the next game, because Lundqvist, absolute ghost, Andrew Peak-esque, but on a team where he should be scratched, because the defense on Dallas is way better than Boston. So, um, yeah, you can't afford having someone out there that's just not generating anything if you're Dallas, especially against this Colorado Avalanche team. You have plenty of better players, especially injured, that are able to help. Oh, so many cracks that I'm just rambling at this point because I just want to keep talking about the goddamn Stars and how much I like them. But I really do got nothing else to say. So that is all. Every series in this these play in the second round that has seen 3-3-1 leads. Wait, 4-3-1 leads and a 3-0 lead. All of them are going to 6. So, oh, I'm sorry. The Canucks did not. So it was 3-3-1 leads and 1-3-0. All of them are going to 6. So we got ourselves an entertaining second round. I'm preparing to watch the Rangers Hurricanes game 6 as we speak, and obviously that followed with the game 5 between the Oilers and the Canucks. But obviously, all eyes are on the Hurricanes tonight. But yeah, that is all. So leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one.